Hello, this is Robert Hollis. Thank you very much for checking out the Periscope. I really appreciate the hearts and people tuning in from all over. Nicole from Australia, I really appreciate it. And what we're going to do today is my name again, Robert Hollis, used to be an auto mechanic. Now I'm a life mechanic. You can check out all the other blogs and other trainings I do at lifemechanic.com. Also, up in the upper right-hand corner, you can connect with me with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all the other things that you see. So one of the things I want to share with you today is a really important subject, and it's professional sort, and amateur sale. Amateur sale. Now, one of the things that I learned when I got involved in this profession is my mentor really stressed to me, and I want to stress this to you, is he really stressed to me a couple of things. He set my expectations. So a lot of people, when they get involved in any kind of entrepreneurship or they decide to start a home-based business, affiliate marketing, learning how to market online, what ends up making them quit is they have too high of expectations of what this is supposed to do for you and how fast it's supposed to work. And so what a lot of people do is they get in and they do just a little bit. They had expectations that if they just did a couple of posts, that all of a sudden everybody would be in their business, and then wow, this is awesome. So when that doesn't happen, which it usually doesn't, then guess what? They think they're doing something wrong. They think there's something wrong with the system. They think there's something wrong with the people that are multimillionaires telling them exactly what they said to get there. And what's so amazing about that is why people would even question that. Well, first of all, my mentor set me up, and I want to give you that story and then do some teaching on it. So here I am. I need money so bad. I tell people I was so broke I couldn't pay attention. But I was spiritually bankrupt. I was financially bankrupt. I messed up my knees, so I was physically bankrupt. And when you look at really being down in the dumps, I know some people out there will probably watch this video, and everyone always thinks that they have it worse than everybody else. See, if you're down in the dumps more than anybody else, then that should be a good excuse for you not to try to get out of it. One of the things that each and every individual should do is if you're in a hole, you should try to crawl out. You shouldn't just try to, stay there. And one of the things that he shared with me is he said, listen, let me show you what to do. This is all you got to do. This is all you got to do. And so I needed to make money immediatally. But more important, what I think my mentor understood is if I got results, if I got a check, it's called GTR, get them results. If I got a check, I got my money back, then guess what? I would know that it worked. There's nothing more to you in belief and confidence than getting results for practicing. Doing what you're supposed to do and then getting results. Now, some people do what they're supposed to do and then they get results and then they forgot what they did and they'd rather do something else. The problem is we always got to practice. But getting back to the story, he said, Robert, listen. Now, I know that some of you have different spiritual beliefs, and I just want you to listen. I'm not being sacrilegious in any way. But, when it even talks in scriptures of any kind of religion, they basically talk about, speak to those that have ears to hear. Speak to those that have ears to hear. And when you really look at religions, from, Jehovah's Witnesses to Mormons to Christians to all kinds of religions out there, Buddhist, it's like one of the goals in most religions is to get other people into your religion. You know what I mean? In fact, there's actually religions out there, believe it or not, that if you don't do a certain amount of recruiting or speaking to those that have ears to hear, you could be kicked out of your church. Too big of a word for me. I'm still not going to do it. But anyway, the whole point is that you want to be able to share with people. You want to share with people something short. So my mentor said, speak to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. Say as little as possible to as many people as you can as fast as you can. Because it's better. Listen to me. It's so important. It's better to be able to pique people's interest and get someone at the right place at the right time than trying to be a salesperson and convince people to do something that they're not ready to do. You see what I mean? There's so many people out there that teach this sales skills, this 95% of closing, you know what I mean? And getting them to go in and fear of loss. And they're talking about all of this stuff, right? And when a person gets in, they go on the witness protection program, and then guess what? You don't hear from them again. They don't answer. They don't do anything. And if you ever notice that people that don't do what you did is usually because they don't want to do what you did to them. Did you catch that? And so my whole philosophy from day one when I met from my mentor is that I just knew I needed to very quickly pique interest. Secondly, is get their name and number. Then thirdly, get them in front of an effective presentation, which was a videotape. And then I would allow them people to sort out. Now, when people get involved in this business, it's amazing to me how they'll go out and just do it a couple times and then they don't get any results. And it's like, well, how can you get good at anything by doing it a little bit? So before I talk about how fast you should sort and how many people you should go through and how fast you need to go through them to get this momentum, I want you to think of something else. Let's totally stop about, building a business or building a loyal, satisfied customer base or building an organization. Let's talk now about anything else. Anything else. How about learning a different language? How about doing anything? Bowling? How about playing pool? How about learning to play a different sport? How about learning to play Monopoly? How about doing anything else? How about making a smoothie? How about cooking? How about being a mom? How about being a father? How about being a spouse? It's amazing to me why people can't get this point. They can't. And so they need to get it, though. They need to have that paradigm shift and a pop to get this. Is that everything that they do on a day-to-day basis, everything they do, they first said, I'm going to do it. They made a decision. 2, they made a commitment to figure it out and do it with a good attitude. And then 3, they just kept doing it. It's amazing to me. If you wanted to learn how to be a good kisser, if you wanted to learn, how to do anything, you make a decision, then you make a commitment with a good attitude to practice, and then you keep doing it. Whether it's riding a bike or maybe, playing tennis, you know what I mean? Or driving a car. I just don't get why people, can you imagine for a second, just a second, that, you're out there and you're getting in a relationship. And then all of a sudden you have that first awkward kiss. And then you say, listen, I don't like that. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. Or the first time that you got in the car and it felt uncomfortable and you said, I'm not doing that anymore. Or when you're a child and you're learning how to speak or you're learning how to walk, I'm not doing that anymore. Why is it that everything that you do right now that you're comfortable at doing, you made a decision, you made a commitment, and you kept on doing it? So what blows me away is I talk to people, I mentor tens of thousands of people all over the world. And I'm going like, wow, I can tell that you're not making more money. You're still in your job. You're still not making the kind of income. You're still not, doing this full time. You're not an entrepreneur full time. And it's like, why not? Well, I'm not making any money yet. Why? Well, I think I'm going to get a book and learn about kissing. What? Yeah, I'm going to ask a bunch of other people some questions about kissing. Okay. And it's like, doing push-ups or anything else. It just blows me away that people know, first of all, that this profession works. See, here's what you guys got to do in your mind. Are other people doing what we're asking you to do? And are they getting results? And are they getting successful? Yes. So other people are using, and people ask me all the time, well, what video do I use? And what script do I use? And how do I do this? And how do I do this? If you guys watched my last Periscope, I was talking about doing that was a hangout on lifemechanic.com. I got a button up there that's called Ask Me Anything. At 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I've been doing the Ask Me Anything every night. So people can come on there, they can invite people on there, they can ask me any question about anything. And I was telling Susan that I was saying, listen, you know what? I could do the $1 million question out of the phone book. I can open the phone book to any business. And it's like so-and-so carpentry. And I call them up and they go, hello, Joe's Carpentry, can I help you? And I said, yes, you can help me. Listen, you know what? My company's expanding in the area. And do you have people that come in there all the time that are looking for jobs, but maybe you guys are just not hiring? Have you run across people that you think would be good at working? And could you share them with me? Wow. Well, listen, let me get your email address. Let me send you over some videos that you can watch. And if you watch them, you're going to feel comfortable referring me some people. And it's like, so now you guys have everyone in the phone book to call, all right? So now how about the white pages? Like I was saying to Susan, a lot of time your last name is Church, so they'll just put an initial in the phone book, right? So I'm going to guess. I'm going to just grab the number, call up. Hi, is Sally there? Sally? Sally's not here. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Maybe you can help me out. With what? Well, listen, my company's expanding in the area. I'm working with these people that are extremely successful. And I was wondering if you knew anyone right now that might be interested in supplementing their income working a few hours out of their home. See, one of the things that every one of you are looking for is you're looking for the perfect words. You're looking for the perfect script. You're looking for the perfect person to learn from. You just got to do it. If you consistently do it, just like you talk now, just like how you learn to brush your teeth, just like you learn how to cook, just like you learn how to dance, just like you learn to use the remote on your television. You guys got that down, right? Just how you learned the sequence of being able to get something on Netflix. Just like you learned how to be able to surf Facebook. See, you can learn to be successful. But everything that you're successful at, you gotta practice and do. So here's my point. I never wanted to be a salesperson. Still to this day, I do not want to be a salesperson. I don't want to be. So if I'm not a salesperson, then I don't have to do everything that a salesperson does. I don't have to fill out a schedule. I don't have to have set appointments. I don't have to do follow-up. I don't have to go through 13 no's. You know what I mean? Make sure you get a no. You got to go through 6 no's. You know what I mean? I don't have to do tricks in psychology. I don't have to do any of that. See, because I understand that amateurs sell. And why I say that and why it's so important is if 95% of the people that we're talking to on a day-to-day basis, that we're chatting to, that we're building relationships with, guess what? 95% of them are not sales types. They're not sales types. So if you try to do sales to a person that's a non-sales type person, then they're going to say to you, I'm not busy. I don't like this kind of stuff. I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not good at communications. I don't have any money. They're going to say any excuse they possibly can. And what they're saying to you, listen, what they're saying to you is they're saying, I don't want to do what you just did to me. So going back to my story, my mentor turned around and said, hey, listen, you get 2,000 people to watch this video and you're done. And that was my goal. My goal then was to say as little as possible to as many people as I can, as fast as I can, to see whether or not they would watch that video. Now, guess what? Some of them wouldn't listen to me. Some of them didn't return my calls. Some of them didn't answer my call. Some of them got the video and didn't watch it. Some of them didn't reply back. Listen to what my mentor said to me. Hopefully you'll get this. He said, Robert, when you know you got 2,000 people that watch this video, you're done. How would I know that? Would I know that if I mailed it to them? Would I know that if I sent it to them in an email? How would I know? See, so here's where people say, well, what you got to do is you got to follow up. You got to ask them, hey, if you, would I, and you got to set an appointment, make sure they watch that video. If I'm catching the person at the wrong place at the wrong time, then why do I need to force them to watch the video? Why do I need to make them uncomfortable? Why do I got to make myself feel uncomfortable? I don't know about you, but I don't feel very comfortable when I reach out to somebody and say, hey, Melody, did you watch that video that I sent you? If you guys are procrastinating from texting somebody, chatting with somebody, calling them, hey, did you watch that video? If you guys procrastinate with doing that, it's because your personality trait out of the 16, 16personalities.com, make sure you take that test so you learn to communicate with the other 15. But you're going to understand immediately that you got to learn to do this business with your personality trait because you won't do things. So my mentor knew that I was introverted. My mentor knew that I wasn't a social butterfly. So he said, listen, pique people's interest enough to get their number and set a time when you can call them back. Now, this is old days. Today, what you're going to do is you just got to sort. You got to say, hey, listen, I'm looking for people that are interested in making some extra money. Or maybe you could do me a huge favor. Who do you know right now that I could help? And you got to rocket through the people. I mean, listen to me. I've said this before, and some of you will be out. You won't have to work for anybody ever again. If you would believe that this works for you, if you believe in what you're doing, and you go out there and you contact everyone that you possibly can. I'm talking about going through your emails, going through them, and maybe the first thing is, hey, I'm just going through my contact to see if this is still your email address. They come back and say, yeah, it is my email address. Great. How you doing? How's the kids? Build a quick rapport. Someone asked me the other day, how long do I build rapport? Everybody's different. Sometimes I'll say this right out. Do some of you have friends like I do that the second that you sit down and talk to them, it's like you talk forever? There's some friends of mine, my cousin the other day, he was taking his son hunting. And he calls me up and says, hey, Bobby, can we go out to, breakfast? I dropped everything I was going, went out there, and me and Rick, we've known each other forever. It's like, hey, same stuff, different day. So some people, you could probably say just a couple words. How's the family? Great. Yours? Great. Hey, listen. I was wondering if you could help me out with something. Yeah, sure. See, so some people, it takes less than a second to build rapport with. Others, it might take a little longer. So everyone's trying to figure out this formula, this perfect formula on what to say to the people. The deal is you get good and gooder and gooder and gooder by doing. by doing. So going through your contact manager on your phone or anything that you have, just saying, hey, just wanted to see if you're still out there, see how you're doing. See, some of you still won't practice. See, some of you still won't go through every one of your contacts. Some of you still won't go through everyone that's friended you on Facebook or followed you on Facebook. Some of you won't contact everyone that's in the group that you're with. See, that's practice. That's practice. Hi, Lisa. My income's up. That's what's up. And so you want to get good at sorting. You got to focus on getting good at sorting. Just go, 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 go. And if you practice that, that's when you're going to get it. Stop selling. Now, I put a note down here because I wanted to make sure to get this across. On the internet, when you say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can, this does not mean spamming. This does not mean spam them. So people go say, as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. Okay, click this link. That's not building rapport. Again, how would I feel if, how would I act if? How would you feel if someone does that to you? How do you react when somebody calls you on your phone and you don't recognize the number? How do you act? How do you feel? Oh, I don't know who this is. Must be a telemarketer. I don't want to talk to him. How do you feel when you get spammed? Don't you? Some people I know, they get upset. I can't believe these people are spamming me. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I sort of turn it around. You know what I mean? I actually produced a video that when people spam me, I send them a video. You can go check it out on my YouTube channel, and it says reply. You know what I mean? And it's so, but you got to build a relationship. Now, some of you don't want to do that. And I want to share with you, please, 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 just treat people the way you want to be treated. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. Do you know that I post so much stuff, so much content online, so many periscopes, so many videos, so much content that, do you know the number one question? People will reach out to me. And as soon as they reach out to me and say, hey, you know, nice periscope or nice video or nice blog. And I say, thank you. The very first thing that they say back to me is, wow, I didn't think that you would reply to little old me. I didn't think I would get a response back. And I'm going, listen, I'm just an average person. I love helping people. That's what excites me. And then the next thing they come back and they always say this, is there any way that I could talk to you for just a minute? I just have a couple of questions. See, first of all, they are tired of just having, you know, messages going back and forth. See what I mean? No one with any kind of personality, no one that's going to take the time to reach out. You don't know how much people care until they know that they care, right? So you want to reach out and build that relationship. I always ask them a question about themselves first. All the time. If you guys watch me doing these hangouts that I'm doing, you know, Ask Me Anythings at 7 o'clock, again, you can go to lifemechanic.com and click on it, and I'm doing them every night. You watch. As soon as a brand new person gets on there, I go, hello, thank you very much for getting on the hangout. Where are you hanging out at? Oh, well, you know, I'm hanging out in the UK. Well, thank you so much for getting on here. It's really nice to meet you. Do you have any questions for me right now, or you just want to hang out and listen? I just want to hang out and listen for now. Awesome. And then they get to see how I handle other people, and slow but sure, some come out and ask and some don't. But you want to be treated that way. If you were jumping in a hangout, you know, now you get to see people eye to eye. They get to see how you react with other people. I wouldn't want to be in a situation around a bunch of strangers and then someone just call me out. No. Come on. See, a salesperson would be like, okay, so you're on there. Which video did you watch? What'd you like most about what you seen? What package do you want to get started at? What credit card would you want to put that on? You know, I'm thinking about bringing in like 3 or 4 people. I need to fear of loss you. So if you get in, then what I'll do is I'll put these people underneath you. Close, close, close. Come on. See, I want to take the time to treat people the way I want to be treated. I don't want to work with someone that's not going to take the time to get to know me, get to know a little bit about me, find out whether I'm married and got children, what's important to me, what's my assets, what do I want, how bad do I want it. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to build long-term relationships. Stop being a salesperson. And here's my closing thing that I'll share with you so you guys get this. You need to record yourself. I say this over and over and over again, and I just don't get with the technology that's available today on your PC or your tablet or your iPad or your iPhone. You got to record yourself. Record yourself in conversations. Reread the chat that's going back and forth. Watch the chat going back and forth. And after someone says, I'm not interested, or they don't respond anymore, or you're doing something wrong, then go back and look at it. Try to figure out where you blew it. When I used to do one-on-ones, one person to one person talking at Denny's restaurant, if people said, you know what, this sounds really interesting, it's just not for me, I'm not a salesperson, and, I'm really, really busy. I'd look at them and go, thank you very much. I respect your decision. I was wondering if you could please do me one more favor. Just one more favor. And they go, sure. And I go, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this to make income for my family. And I will get better at this. Would you do me a huge favor and tell me how I could get better? Tell me what, maybe I said that might have turned you off. Or just tell me how to get better. Every time, people go, you did nothing wrong. It's me. And I'm going, you? Yeah, I'm just, I just second guessing myself. You're really good at the presentation and I'm not as bold as you. And then all of a sudden I was going like, oh man, all of a sudden if I'm doing one-on-ones at Denny's and I'm really good because I practiced, then people would look at me and go, it's going to take me forever to get that good. I'm never going to be that good. How long does it take to get that good? That's when I started going, wow, went back. Said, talked to people, then had them watch the video. And they looked at me and they went, whoa, wait a minute. So all you do is build relationships and then send people videos? Yeah, I can do that. So the key to my madness is, again, duplication. You know what I mean? So I hope you really got this. You got to sort. If every one of you, I'm telling you, I'm probably one of my quick periscopes coming up. You got 3 boxes. You just have to draw a box big enough on a piece of paper, where, or in, on your computer where you can put a number in it. You can't change what you don't measure. And I want you to say, how many people did you peak? Brand new people that you peaked. Next box, how many people did you get to watch the video? And then third, how many people enrolled? Now, if you say, hey, I'm piquing the interest, or I got 4 people to watch the video a week, I think you guys are getting that it's going to take a while for you to build momentum. You see what I mean? You have to have that kind of mentality where you throw everything in it as fast as you can, as quick as you can, to build that momentum. And you will find the right people at the right time. I promise you, they're out there. You watched a professor on lifemechanic.com under the blog section, and I just get people excited enough to say, who do you know? Let me show you that this works without you investing a dime. The opposite of sales. The opposite of sales. And I just go down till I find someone. Then all of a sudden I got a leader in that leg. Bingo. So I hope you appreciate it. Thank you very much for all the hearts. Thank you for the wonderful comments. I really appreciate you. You'll be able to see this Periscope, on lifemechanic.com under the blogs. It'll be posted also on my Facebook. And looking forward to each and every one of you getting the success that you deserve. I know that you can do this. I know that you can. If I did it and other people did it, I know you can. Love you too. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye.